Yay. Hi, everyone. I see we've got a bunch of people already on. Amsterdam, I see Mexico, Boston. Yeah. Yeah, they've got a lot of people online, and a few have already commented. If you, Denver, yeah, great. Yeah, give us a little shout out here. Where are you from, and maybe what you do, or any kind of information you want to tell us in the comments. Wow, Western Mass, Jersey, Denver. This is great. Yeah, and if you want to give a few comments in there about maybe what do you do, what's your profession, or what do you do on social media or videos, throw it in there. If there are any kind of questions you already have you want answered, bring it right up. We're going to talk about strategy. We're going to talk sort of big picture stuff today, using Wave, of course, but I'll try to focus on the bigger picture of things and talk a little bit about trends and social media. So I like to keep it a little more conversational. If you have any sort of topics you want to steer the direction towards, just throw video producer, consultants, e-learning from India. Welcome. Yeah. Estimate from the Congo. Wow. Head of digital in a media company. That's fantastic. Central Africa. I've never been. I've been to East Africa and loved it. Really looking forward to going to Senegal maybe next year. Yay, love using Wave. But Congo, yeah, kind of on my bucket list there. Would love to. St. Petersburg from Alex from St. Petersburg, Russia. Yeah, our second headquarters is there, so that's great. Yeah, I'd like to say second headquarters, make it seem like we're big as Amazon. Not yet. Just go Wave, Mark. Yeah, awesome. Hi, Mark. Hi, Inez. Yeah, we'll give it like 1 or 2 more minutes here to let people kind of join in. Clearwater, Florida. Fantastic. Cincinnati. Wow, people from everywhere. This is so great. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So as people are joining in here, just tell you a tiny bit about myself. I'm Daniel. I'm CMO at Wave. I joined about, I guess, a year. Well, yeah, just about a year ago. And it's been a hell of a ride. I've been really, really thrilled to work with a fantastically talented team. They do all the work. I just come in and take a little bit of credit here on the webinars sometimes. So shout out to all the amazing team at Wave who are really working hard to make amazing products and get them out there to everybody. And thank you for making this happen. Today we're going to talk a little bit. Hey Sarah, I'm going to talk a little bit about social media, different types of video posts, and how to kind of make them happen, and what's going on out there. And we'll show a few tactics. So if everyone's ready to go, let's go for it. Let's give it a shot. This is going to be conversational. So if you're going to ask questions as we go, it'll make it longer. If not, it's going to be kind of short and maybe even boring. So bring up the questions. Feel free to interrupt. Gleb will moderate the questions here and just kind of interrupt me as we go. So it's going to be hard for me to read and present at the same time. But let's try this. And yeah, let's see. How do we share screen? 1 second. Here we go. And go for play mode. Yeah. Okay. Great. So hi, everyone, again. I'm Daniel Glickman, CMO at Wave, and we're going to talk about videos for social, like really getting down to tap into the social conversation. And what exactly does that mean, right? So I think at this point, we've all seen this viral video of the weatherman, and he's kind of faking the news there. And that was kind of awesome video. Within like a few hours, there were all of these imitators trying to make their own funny videos and spoofs of this, which was really hysterical. And as tragic as this Hurricane Florence was for the people who lived there, this was like a bright and funny moment. And the feed right around this hashtag kind of blew up, and a bunch of different brands kind of rode that wave and created their own quick videos and posts around that hashtag. Some of them manage to get a lot of organic traffic through it. And of course, we all kind of want that, right? And so our tendency is to try and go for the viral video. That's what we all dream of. We marketers, we want to put that on our portfolio and say, I made that viral video. That was me, right? That's our kind of our ego speaking there. But the reality is that it's really difficult. This is kind of what probably your Facebook analytics looks like if you look into your posts and what kind of responses you get. And what we see is that many times you'll see that these little spikes, and we all get excited and we look at those spikes and say, well, oh, what did we do? What did we do? And maybe we can replicate it and we try again, and maybe we get another spike and we do a little bit better. But all the experts tell us that this is not the greatest way strategically to approach marketing, because really what happens is while these spikes happen every now and then, they're not creating a consistent brand awareness. They're not creating real engagement with the brand. They're creating this kind of engagement with that moment, right? Which has certain value. But look what happens to the bottom end of things, right? That regular stream of content that people are looking at, it's just kind of staying flat, if anything, right? And so maybe there's a little bit there, and so some people will click through that spike through that little piece of viral video you made, and maybe they'll remember a tiny bit, or maybe you'll show up again in the feed the next time, but it doesn't really build your consistent engagement with your audience. And viral videos are very, very hard to make. For every one that we see, there are literally 1 million out there that never made it, right? So as we are making more videos, we need to think, okay, what is the strategy to try and create this constant flow of these videos that create a certain level of engagement over time consistently with our audience? And if we can manage to do that, we will build a much more sustainable business. And we'll also be a lot more emotionally stable ourselves personally, because we won't have that constant pressure to outperform the previous lucky moment we had, right? Which is quite stressful. So the approach that we recommend is really creating a diverse output of video content. There are many different kinds of videos you can make, and we'll look into how to make a few of them in just a few minutes here. But if you can manage to create a diverse set and you can adapt them for the different channels, you'll be able to make some of those hits every now and then, but also have a consistency of engagement over time. And there are different kinds of videos you can make. The most simple one is a text on image, right? You just take an image, give it a little bit of animation, throw some text on it, and instead of just a regular text post, you've already got a video right there. It just uploaded this video format, and it's got a little more motion in there. Text on video is just a slightly more sophisticated version of that. You just put a video in the background and just a simple text, right? So very, very simple posts that you can make very easily and just throw them on there daily, right? Possibly more than once a day. Then there's these thematic videos where it's what we usually call the viral videos, right? And you see these online sometimes. Well, you see them a lot on Facebook. This man was born with some heroic story kind of unfolds as you watch that video, and they're a little more difficult to make because you have to think of the creative behind them and what's the storyline. But really, it's not much more complicated in text on video. You just have a few more scenes in a technical from a technical perspective. The creative perspective is much more difficult. And then you've got sort of these live videos, right? And the casual live ones are just, hey, I'm just hanging out with you today, and I'm just chatting and saying hi, and look at me on vacation, but I still wanted to jump in and throw my thoughts to you about maybe video marketing or what have it, right? Those casual ones take a little more effort than it seems. When you look at the big influencers that do this, Mari is a good friend of ours, and she is possibly one of the best casual live video streamers out there, and she always has something great to say, but it does take a little bit of effort to do it. She learned how to do it over time. She got better at it. She makes sure that she's prepared, that she has the proper lighting around, the proper environment, the sound is not too noisy, she has the right microphone. So while it's not a whole production, it still takes a little bit of work and a little bit of figuring out, but once you do it, it's kind of flows and it's easy. Promotional videos, these take a lot more effort, mostly because they usually are a lot more invested. The brand message is very strong in there, and you have to get into a lot of coordination in the team. What exactly are we saying, and get different approvals. You might get into semi-produced videos in there where you start getting animations and so on. So those can vary in complexity, and they can be ads or they can be just regular videos. The nice thing about social ads, you can just throw them and do A/B testing, try them out, see what goes on and what catches, and then go and do a more produced video and do a better promotional video, right? Live shows, actually, this is a great example right now. It takes some preparation. I had to make some slides. You have to make sure the lighting is good, the environment is set. I had to clean up my desk, right? So while it's not really complicated, it does take some more effort. Of course, those go anywhere from $1,000 to $100,000 or millions if you go into if you're PepsiCo, right? You have to hire actors and all that mess, right? So we're going to talk about more about the easier ones that we small businesses can do, because we too are a small business. Let's grab a few examples of what kind of stuff people are doing nowadays. Just give it here a quick switch over to my browser, and give me 1 second here while I navigate my separate screens. Okay, here we go. And this is Instagram. Now my mouse just disappeared here. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay, so this is Instagram. This is a great example of the kind of video the BBC does. I love following the BBC. I try to follow different brands that are trendsetters, that are influencers, and they can give us good examples about what we can do. BBC News is definitely one of them. I'll give you a quick preview here of what this looks like. Okay, so it just goes on and on like this, and you can see that they've got their own footage. They had to edit it, they put some text on top of it, and while the format is very simple, the content is more sophisticated. Somebody had to actually go out in the field, take maybe an hour or 2 hours worth of footage, and then edit it and put it up here. This is definitely a professional photographer involved, and this is one of the more successful videos that actually gets a lot of views. And if you can look through their stream and compare how many views their different videos get, you can actually see some clues into what kind of formats work better for them. But not all of us have this ability to create these kind of videos. This is great if you have the ability to go out in the field and create these kind of original content. This is the best. You put it up there. It's in the now. It's unique. You can show off something that you're doing. This is difficult for me personally. I don't take a lot of footage out there. I have to kind of prep for it and get into the zone, so it doesn't happen to me organically. And I find that's true for a lot of people. We don't just have that footage all the time. Let's take a look at another example here. Something a little more produced or a little more interesting is the Museum of Ice Cream. In this case, this is right now their live Instagram story feed, and they just take text on image like that. They might throw in, where's the video here? So it's they'll sometimes have video. This is, if you see, there's a slight animation to the text, to the image. It's kind of growing, very, very subtle, but this is produced. This is done ahead of time, and then they put it up there. And it's quite simple structure: image, text, the brand colors, right? In this case, today I only see images here as we're looking at it. Yesterday they had a couple of interesting videos in there. American Express, by the way, small business, have great stories, these case studies that come up. Mari Smith, I mentioned her. She's got this great example of a video, one of her most successful videos. I'll give you a quick look at what she did here. Right, so on the face of it, it's kind of a silly video. All she's saying is, have a great weekend. You worked hard and you earned it, right? And so she just took some clips, put them together to create a quick story. But what makes this video very successful and interesting to her customers is that she's talking about them, and she's talking about it in the place that makes sense to them, which is Instagram. This is the place to sort of be inspired, right? And they loved it, that she was thinking about them, and she gave them a shout out. So very simple content, really great post, great engagement, as you can see, and great views, completely organic. There are many different other examples such as these. We can share them with you in the footnotes later on. But I wanted to move on and get into the thick of things here. So you just got one more little topic to cover here, and as my mouse just if it shows up again, because the live streaming seems to kind of mess things up. Okay, I'll just do it this way. There we go. So one of the things to really pay attention to is the different channels have different reasons why people go there. Right. So people go to Facebook to feel connected to their world. They want to feel that this is where they know what's happening with their social or their broader sphere, right? They don't want to miss out on what everybody else is talking about. So when we're creating videos, for instance, you can search our stock library for words like shocking or surprise, because that's kind of what gets the attention on Facebook, because I don't want to miss out on something that everybody else is doing, is there. This fear of missing out is big on Facebook, and you can tweak the video content if you're focusing on one channel. We do have an interface that allows you to easily make videos for different formats at once, right? So you might focus on one channel and then post on others as well, but many times people have one channel in mind and maybe they tweak for another. Maybe they'll make completely different videos for different channels. Again, if you're a big brand, you probably have a very different Instagram feed than your Facebook. But if you're a small team like ours, you're probably repurposing the same videos for all of them, because you don't have enough people to do all of this kind of work. So focusing on one channel and then kind of just taking the same video and repurposing it is a great practice. If you're going to get your audience inspired, then you might want to search for things like cute and pastels, vibrant pastels, and retro is also a big trend recently. That's the last couple of years. People just love the retro, sort of the pixelated stuff and so on. And Twitter is for news. It's like breaking now, so you might want to create like this just happened kind of video or show, right, for your audience on Twitter, and just maybe a slightly different approach compared to, oh, shocking news, right? This might be, oh, this is brand new or just released, right? So little tweaks on the content there. Let's go ahead and see how we can just kind of do this in real life and just kind of go ahead and do one or two of these examples. Let me just switch back here to my editor. Here we go. Okay, so what I'm going to try and do right now live is basically I'm going to try and make a text on image video. Okay, so for text on image, like really simple, something maybe inspirational for Instagram, just kind of, or maybe for Facebook. So I'm going to look for a background. Now, people don't really know that, don't notice that we have got images and colors here. So we could also just do, let's start with a color rather than an image and do maybe, pick this one, right? Going to go for square and just say something like, what is your goal in life. Right? And we can just animate this quickly, throw in a simple animation, maybe something like more of a, yeah, and give it a slightly more, yeah, why not this, right? And take a quick peek. So even this simple, a post as simple as that, where you simply, what you'd normally do in Facebook in just a text post, you put it like this and you make it a video, could give you more engagement than just regular text, because video does usually engage better. And you can test them out and see which one works better on your feed. Let's see what happens if we switch to an image and maybe do like background and go for something kind of cute. Thinking of life goals. Actually, this is a cool one because it's kind of pastel-y. This might work better for Instagram, right? What is your goal in life? And then we can give it a little bit of an animation. So when I click play, I need to do something like that. Here we go. I'm going to try also maybe something a little more standard, or let's see, wedding ring, right? So we could do this one. How about that? I even have it in my favorites. So what's your goal in life? Maybe I will, there we go. Right. So even if I don't animate the text, I just put standard text right there. This is a lot nicer than just having a standard image, right? It's kind of moving, and you can play around with the the length, the duration. You can put a call to action afterwards, but really just such a simple format is great. We can do we can go a little further and maybe think about Instagram here, right? Like what makes it special for Instagram? So I'm thinking, let's imagine, let's create a new little scene here, something different. Let's imagine we are in food industry. We have a bunch of customers in the food industry, different recipes and so on. So I'm going to, because we're looking for Instagram, to focus on Instagram, I'm going to try cute, maybe pastel. Those are hot, right? So part of the trick here, I want to go for video. Here we go. Let's try this one right there. That's a pretty one, right? So this is a nice video. Let's out here, add the text box, some kind of message like the best things in life. We can highlight maybe something. Oh, the best things. The best things in life, right? And this is cute enough already, but if I want to make it perfect for Instagram, I can actually just tap on the video background right there and maybe add a dimmer. So the best trick is to add these pastel colors, and I go into custom, and I can choose maybe a pink pastel, something like that, purplish. Those are nice. This is beautiful, just like that, right? Let's take a quick peek at this. Okay, I'm missing something. It's not quite inspirational enough. So what I'm going to try and do, I can maybe play around with the zoom. Nope, the zoom is good, but the speed, let's go make it a little more sort of slow-mo like this. Oh, nice. So, so what we started with was something just sort of generic, and maybe even people have seen this this video, the stock video before, and we've made it into this kind of unique, very Instagram-ish post, just like that, really quickly and easily. And one can make that in just like, you can make them for every day, essentially, very quickly. So by playing with the speed, you can also play with the zoom in, zoom out. Sometimes you can do something like this. You can change the background to sort of match and then put text above and below. I'm not a big fan of those, but some people really love them, and they do tend to get more engagement. You can also, another little a couple of tricks you can do here is if you think that this stock video, people have seen it, or it might look familiar to them, you could do a couple of things. You can rotate, and this is, rotate back. You could flip it horizontally, and especially with in this case, it doesn't really make much of a thematical difference. My little window here is blocking. There we go. Doesn't make a thematical difference, but if there were a face here, or an office setting or a location, and people don't quite recognize it anymore because it looks different all of a sudden. Another option is to trim, and so if you can pick a different set of the scene. Again, this is just all the same in this particular instance, but many times if you have actors, etc., they might come and go, and you get different actors. And so you can pick different scenes out of the same video. It's also a good way to just get different people to get 2 or 3 different clips out of one video clip. So if you purchase that clip, you can actually get 2 or 3 out of them instead of buying 3 individual ones. Sometimes it works, and it's great. Let's take a look maybe at YouTube, because we talked about Facebook and Instagram. Let's see what we can do for YouTube. YouTube is really about entertainment and laughs, right? And it could be sometimes business entertainment kind of thing, but it's people really, especially kids on YouTube all the time, they're kind of ADD, right? They kind of want constantly these interrupts. So with YouTube, what works well is these very quick cuts, very disruptive kind of messaging, and a lot of retro, because it's kind of a funny thing. See the retros. I'm just going to delete this scene here. Add a new scene right there. So let's search for retro and see what we get. Oh, I love this one. I can play with this. So let's add this in here. This is a beautiful little video. It reminds me of my childhood. And I think for the younger generation, they have no clue what this is. It just looks something old and antiquated and strange. So let's do the same kind of trick we did before, maybe switch it to more of a blue. Yeah, perfect. So again, throw in a filter on it to make it a little more relevant for social and a little more interesting. But now we can also maybe actually go with a faster speed here. Let's see what that does. A bit too fast. We need to trim it. I see. Okay. Trim it right there so we get the waves in, so that'll be cool. And go a little bit slower so we can actually see the waves. Perfect. Now it looks a bit comic, and it's great, and we can put some text on top of it and say something like, we can make it breaking news. So it could also be good for Twitter. And play around with the text, set it up any way we want. All that kind of stuff. Maybe in this case, I'll do solid background. No, kind of like the yellow. Okay. As you know, by the way, if you haven't realized this, you can set up your brands right there. So you just manage the brands and set up the colors you like. So so you get them all ready to go right there. You don't have to resample them. So I have my own brands here that I play around with. It's kind of my messy things because I'm always doing experimentation and I'm not really doing brand work the same as the rest of the team do. Great, so that's for YouTube. Another thing you can do for YouTube is you can do these short interrupts. So here's something that looks really funny in this. These are very popular these days. And you can just kind of throw in like 1 second of this, right? So if I'm just going to shorten this one just to show you the effect, what this does. So if I'm starting to play from here, breaking news, and then random interrupt, right? Of course, make it faster. They go, think ADD. Right? Yeah, like that. Boom, and we switch to the next scene. So that's another tactic you can do, is to throw in these kind of crazy random stuff into the video If you're on YouTube, again, depends if it fits with your brand and all those kind of things. If that's your style and your conversational style. Okay, big deal with social media is being relevant to our audience and where they are, but also when they are. So one way to do that is to post the things that are relevant for them today, what's happening today in our audience's life. And we have a solution for that. So actually, if you go to Wave, if you log in, you'll see right here on the nav bar, you'll see calendar. Just hit the calendar, and you have to be outside of the editor. So you just click here and go back to my projects. I already have it open here, and you'll see the calendar. And this calendar, you can basically see every national day, etc. It goes on every day. And today we have here's an example for an event announcement. If you want to do that, Win It Wednesday. Click it. You see some instructions and ideas, and National Pancake Day. So let's go for that. Let's do something about National Pancake Day. Great, that's today, right? So the way we would approach it is, say we are tourism industry, right? What the heck does my tourism industry have to do with pancake days? Well, so in the tips that we have in the calendar, we'll give you tips, but you also can do some creative work of your own. So we can think about tourism and pancakes. So why don't we make up reasons to go and eat pancakes in other places? I'm just going to delete these here, just quickly get rid of these. And we can quickly make a video where we look for pancakes, California. Just pancakes. Oh, I have a spelling mistake in there. Pancakes. I usually do this when I'm multitasking. I will stress out and have really weird spelling mistakes. Pancake. California. California, yep. Well, we did Texas. Thanks for the tip there, Erica. Okay, so Texas, here we go. That looks a little different. Throw it in there. Maybe do another one, pancakes, Maine. Those look a bit different. I've never seen those before. Now, some of these niche ones will, the vids like pancakes in Maine, you'd have to buy from the marketplace. That's fine, or you might have videos from somewhere else, or you can just keep searching. So you could just look for pancakes and actually do the filter here. So we could go for free videos and see what we get, right? Plenty of those, right? And then we can kind of make it up. So we throw this one in there and say, just add it and pretend that that's pancake, that these are from, I don't know, Boston, which is where I am. So we could say, and then we can put text on it. So that we're quickly, let's throw in an image here. How about this one? So we can mix and match, and we're already set up a quick storyboard, and maybe the first image says something like, travel the world for pancakes. Think it a bit, make it a different color. Maybe I'll put, actually throw the word pancakes into right there. Change the color a bit, yep, and so I'll mess around with the text and so on, clean it up, throw a filter on this, and yeah, maybe I want the other color filter and so on. But basically now we've got intro image, one vid from Texas, throw text on top of it, right? Add text, and go to main, add text, then go to somewhere else, add text, and throw in a call to action. And yeah, so that's a really easy way to sort of look at the different calendars and different calendar and just kind of look ahead and say, what can out of these can I make use of for my audience, which of these events, and just give you ideas of what different content to create. Some of them got templates, some don't. I wonder, hey Carlos, do you guys in Mexico City, is it famous for pancakes? If so, we can add it right in here. So we should try check it out. Great. So another thing that you can do for social media, let me show you something a bit different and new, which is not available yet on the site. It will be available in a few hours, actually. Let me just refresh this this screen, because as I moved it, it kind of resized everything. So reload it. So this is, I'm logging into our test website. This is, will be ready, like I said, later today. Never quote me on the timing of releases. You know how those stuff work. So it might be out tomorrow, but check it out again later. This is something brand new and very exciting, actually. So let's see. So say we want to announce a webinar, right? So if you saw the intro to this webinar, it was actually made with Wave completely. And I'm going to show you how we did it, essentially. So here in my uploads, I already have that video right here, and it was actually taken with a very low quality camera from my desktop. So it says low quality video. That's the way it is. So the video itself is bare. It's just a shot that I took by myself here in the office. It's actually the other side of the room as I'm speaking now. And we very quickly turned it into the video you saw with all the animations on it. And this is how. So first of all, I'm going to want to zoom in a bit, maybe not that much, and just kind of relocate it right there, right? And then we can throw some text on top, maybe move the text around on the timeline, and say something like webinar, maybe free webinar, or maybe we can say today at 11. Right. So far, this is kind of the usual stuff. So I can, many times people will put hashtags up in the corner, etc. I'm just trying to get it just right. There we go. Yep, and maybe put it right there. And let's see, just like a little pop-up text right there. Hi there. Yep. Make it round. Yeah, perfect, right? But let's give it some panache, because as you can see, it's kind of boring. It's not really, it's just me talking, and I'm, I like myself, but not that much. I know my limitations. I'm not great on screen. So let's make me look great on screen. And how do we do that? So let's take the video. First of all, let's see if a filter would look good here. It's a new filter. You're getting to see the new filter window. Here we go. We can do hex codes and everything. This is really awesome. Let's try this one. Maybe no filter is better. Okay. Keep it no filter. And I'm just going to go to this new graphics and stickers tab right there. Look at this. We've got all of these animated emojis right here. We can throw in some crazy stuff. But as you've seen on the intro video, we had this heart. I'm just going to put it right there and turn it. I didn't come up with that idea. That was actually Maria who did it, and it was brilliant. I think it was Maria. If it wasn't, I apologize to whoever made the video. It was a beautiful job, and this was fantastic. So we can just move the sticker on the timeline, and we can quickly preview the animation here. Right, and we might want to position it actually right there where I point. That's it. That's all it took to make that heart go pulsing. But you can also do really cool stuff that are specifically for social, not just make the video more animated like that. You can also do different call to actions. So maybe I'm going to put a new text box just over here somewhere. and saying, say something, I don't know, free or register. Now, and eliminate this subtitle. I'll put this down there and change the and put no effect. You'll see where I'm going with this in just a second. Maybe black text. Yeah, I prefer this guy. Okay, sign up now. Go back to my stickers and graphics and throw in an animated call to action, right? So we can mix and match the text with the stickers, so if the stickers can highlight the text, or we could just do online session. We're going to talk about how to create videos. So you could. This is great for Facebook to point to the click on the link below, YouTube to point at subscribe below, Instagram to point at swipe up. I believe we have a swipe up button here. And if I don't see it, if I don't like it, then I enter the world of Giffy right here. So I click on Giffy and select swipe up. All these crazy stuff, right? So you can put this guy in there, right there, and tell him to swipe up instead, and have him tell you to swipe up or sign up, right? Just move these around, play with them. Super cool, right? Here we go. Online session. We're going to talk about how to create videos. You can also do kind of funky stuff and just have fun, like you saw in the video, just put a crown, because I'd rather see less of myself and more props. So I'm just going to throw a crown. Here's a funny crown right there. Put it there and move it a bit. Yeah, resize it. There we go. Just like that. Super easy, super cool. Timing, just pull these around, move them, put them wherever you want on a timeline. You can stretch them just like you do with the video timeline, and just like you would do with the audio if you wanted to add a music in there. So you get 3 different layers. So yeah, this is hot, coming out right now. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys could make with this. If you want to challenge me here right now, if you have some ideas of what we could, something funny to do right here, right now, with the or some video to make with some of these new stickers, or how to use them, throw it at me. Let's see how challenging it can be. Just put it right there, post it right down in the comments. Yeah, throwing glasses. We got cool stuff right there. Yep, there we go. Like I said, this will be available later today. And happy face. Who's saying fire? Happy face? Question mark. Queen face. Okay, so question marks we've got. So let's see what we can do. A little bit with stock here. So if we go over question marks, yeah, we can do question mark right in there. Those are easy, right? Will you be adding new stickers ever? So new stickers, yes, we'll be regularly adding, and we would love to hear from you. What stickers do you want to see? So we just created basically just something to get started with here, sort of based on action items. Oh, sound on one is a really important one, right? So I should probably put that right in the beginning of a timeline, maybe keep it on for the duration of a timeline right there. So people will turn on the sound. You can put timers, etc., how much time left, and so on, so to keep people watching. But yeah, these are the ones we thought out. We thought they would be helpful. But then there are always more use cases. So if you're in any industry or particular niche, let us know. We would love to add them in there. If you have a different style you would like, something that you think would be more relevant, let us know. We will love to create more. Yeah, and the goal for us with our sticker library is really to create sort of a nice toolkit for you of things that that makes sense on a regular basis, sort of help with the call to actions, and so on, like putting in something and saying on fire, right? So we can just say hot, and just highlight stuff like this. So if the speaker is saying something like this is brand new, you can just say hot, and it's really neat. Yeah, so we want just to have a simple, easy to use toolkit for you to be able to add to your videos for social media, and the rest can come from Giffy, which, you know, it has some more quirky, interesting stuff. It's endless, the amount of stuff they've got there. Yeah, I'd love to answer more questions if you've got any. Hope you check this out. You try it out on. Hope you try this out on our website later today, and hope to see you soon. If you have any questions, you can always follow me directly. Find us through the little chat messenger. CMO Confessor, that's my Twitter handle. Feel free to reach out to me at any time. All the rest of the team, of course, always happy to help you out.